I think it's going to be all right. We'll make it work.
Situation where the audio comes to this is the national anthem.
And welcome to All High Stadium for tonight's season opening event for your hometown FC Buffalo Blitzers. My name is Bill Kenny, joined tonight by Nick John. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing well, Bill. How are you?
The Situation Room already at full throat here as we get ready for the start of tonight's contest. A couple thanks. We are being streamed live on video here on WNYmedia.net and 91.3 FM. WBNY providing the audio. Make sure you check that out as well. Myself and Nick, we are from the 716 Sports Podcast. You can check us out on iTunes or check us out 716sportspodcast.com. And it is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight for the opener for FC Buffalo, as we could hear the crowd, the supporters, really excited for this first game against the Rochester River Dogs.
They sound fantastic. The kids came out to play tonight.
They sure did.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a little chilly tonight, but you know we're all bundled up.
appropriately enough here under the overhang at All High Stadium in downtown Buffalo, New York. And it's a new I-90 Derby as we start tonight. Tonight, the first game in the franchise history for the Rochester River Dogs FC. So it'll be interesting to see a few familiar names, and we'll discuss those as the night goes along. Both teams huddling up on the sidelines. FC Buffalo the first to break the huddle. And now here come the River Dogs. Tonight, FC Buffalo wearing the all-blue kits with the yellow socks. River Dogs will be all in white with red and black trim. And FC Buffalo going left to right on your radio dial. River Dogs right to left. So we are just about ready to go here. We will discuss the players and the implications here as another season of FC Buffalo kicks off back home here at All High Stadium. Really, it's a nice facility to have downtown here for the fans.
It's
and
fantastic.
The overhang really works out well, I think.
Yeah, the sound is deafening sometimes.
Yes, it is.
And I'm sure it's only going to get better or worse, as it were. For those of us who are here, they are getting loud already. Everybody got here. They're ready to go. It should be a fantastic match. The wind not playing probably too much of an issue. A wind coming in from the west, from what it looks like anyways. We've got Bennett High School to our left, to our west. Shouldn't play too much of an issue, maybe on the east side of the pitch, but looking forward to a great match here. Starting a brand new rivalry.
Yes. From
one side of the Western New York to the other. And kickoff
has begun here for FC Buffalo. They're lining up 4-4-2. River Dogs appear to be in something of a 2-3-2-3. It'll be interesting to see what they're doing there. I think they're actually playing more like 5 midfielders or so. So, as it goes here, River Dogs kicking it along, and actually we have not yet started. Thought it was a false start as the officials have some sort of issue. So for FC Buffalo tonight in goal, it'll be Nick Jeffs. The backfield is Brian Paredes, Johnny Macbeth, Rob Brandel, and Ian McGrath. The midfielders include Kieran Toland, Regan Steele, Jack Donaldson, and then your forwards tonight will be Bailey Winkle and Alex Demetriou. So a very interesting, and a forward also is Romaro Guscott. So FC Buffalo just about ready to go here. Nick, you and I have been to games here before, season ticket holders.
Sure.
It's one of the most exciting atmospheres in all of Buffalo sports. The crowd is at it the entire game. It doesn't matter really what's going on the field. It certainly helps when the Blitzers are succeeding, but everybody comes to have a good time here, and It's a lot of fun to be here tonight.
Yeah, and I think the fans are coming even a little bit harder this year with the disappointing end to last year, the way everything ended with the league kind of ending in sort of almost kind of limbo state.
Yes.
We're looking forward. There we go. Kickoff.
And it has started
Rochester
now. Gary Boughton and Isaac Kissy taking it at center field, and now here we go. Ricky Davey on the far sideline takes it, kicks it upfield, and it goes out. And it will be FC Buffalo throw in now. Bailey Winkle gets it. He looks like he's fouled. No call. And Rochester now with possession.
Yeah, but interesting to see how the refs start. The first match between these two teams. It's likely to be a heated rivalry for the next upcoming few years, and
certainly in other sports, we've seen it in baseball, we've seen it in lacrosse, and now a soccer rivalry between these two Western New York cities. Exciting to see that, and it'll be interesting to see. River Dogs really are offering a mystery tonight. You never know what you're going to get when you have your first game. Tactically, who really knows? It's hard to say.
But sure, and even with FC Buffalo, there's a lot of brand new players on the squad.
A lot
this
of
year,
new faces.
And with that, I mean, you don't really know as far as chemistry goes and how everybody's going to work together, on a squad. It's really difficult to tell how everybody works together. There's only a handful of players who have played, more than one season on this team. A lot of brand new players.
Guscott goes in the middle over to Toland, and then he loses possession. Now here on the near sideline, that's David Wright fighting with Rob Brandlin. And ball up in the air. Comes back down to the blitzers. McGrath kicks it back to Jeffs, and Jeffs will handle it now. He goes over to Brandel. Ball knocked out. Will be FC Buffalo throwing. Love the royal blue that the blitzers have as the primary color. Great soccer color. As Tolan now takes it. Gets it over to the far sideline. Blitzers were looking for a little bit of possession, but they lose it. Now here come the River Dogs.
River Dogs pushing. Yeah, there you go.
That's Kissy. Goes far sideline now. As the River Dogs maintain possession, looking to get something going. Possibly a crossing opportunity, but a nice job there defending. Winkle not letting his man go anywhere, and it ends up being a turnover, and the ball temporarily back to Buffalo, and now they possess. As Guskett now has it.
Very good job by the Buffalo defense there to get the ball out. It's kind of a difficult situation there. Very good crossing opportunity, so good on the blitzers for pushing that ball out.
So nothing really amounts in the FC Buffalo attack here early on. 3 minutes gone by here.
They're doing quite a bit of feeling out for the first 3 minutes here of the match.
Yeah, no one really attacking, if any, super aggression yet. You expect to see that as the night wears on. And Buffalo tries to clear long.
And you have to imagine that was a big part of the game plan by the coaches when they first started, just figure out what's going on with each team, see how they're playing, because we don't really know how either team is really going to come out. Right. Since, obviously Rochester's brand new and Buffalo coming out with a fairly new squad, it's difficult to tell what exactly is going to happen, with that first whistle.
Cameron Hogg, the goaltender tonight for Rochester, brings it up the field. And Guskett ends up with it. He gets it over to Tolan. Tolan looking for some moves, getting a little bit of room. He does create. And now the first shot of the game is well off the mark. But the first shot does go to FC Buffalo there. Bit of an optimistic strike from about 25 out. And it goes well wide. That is very
wide right.
Yes.
Exactly. Unfortunately, something we've grown accustomed to here in Western New York.
Something that happens in Buffalo with some frequency.
But it's good to get that first aggressive shot on goal. Even though it's a little bit off, it's good to, get that first shot. Take that attitude where we're just going to take shots. They might not go where we want them, but we're going to put them where they need to be.
Brandel now has it. He gets it up to Demetriou. And now here come the River Dogs on the counterattack. It's David Wright looking to clear upfield. Nice job there by Macbeth to chest it down, and he gets it over to his goalkeeper, Nick Jeffs. Jeffs now goes right back to Macbeth. And Macbeth throws it up to Donaldson. Donaldson now gets it up to Steele. Steele trying to do something with it. And they're going to say it's off of Buffalo. So it will be Rochester throwing. As we enter the 6 minute of action here, first half from All High Stadium. FC Buffalo and the Rochester River Dogs FC tied. And there's an optimistic strike, though. Excellent defending by Buffalo, and they are able to get the throw in. A nice job there by Paredes going one-on-one to take it.
Yeah, it's excellent. And the crowd is going wild. Anytime, the possession changes from Rochester Buffalo, especially since the Situation Room is on the west side of the stands. They are going absolutely wild whenever something goes.
It's a very intelligent crowd, and the entire atmosphere in this area has the soccer knowledge really has grown, and you see that with teams, lots of individuals supporting different English, Spanish, German clubs. Sure. You see it as well here with having the presence of FC Buffalo now in the second half of the first decade of being here. So it's an organization that has certainly been around for a little bit and is, gaining steam as we see the crowd continuing to file in here to All High tonight. A really nice crowd on opening night.
Oh, this is a fantastic crowd. I mean, the weather hasn't been, the best for today. I mean, quite a bit of rain this morning. And the chillier temperatures, I think we're somewhere in the lower 50s. I know we're decked out in our, some of us in our winter jackets.
Yes,
but we've got some action going on, and it's a nice cross by Rochester there.
So Kissy on the cross attempt, but it goes over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick to FC Buffalo.
Seems to be Kissy there has got a good foot crossing there.
Seems to be the main focus of the attack so far by Rochester.
Does seem to be the case for the River Dogs.
Blitzers now kick it upfield, and it goes out. Right. So it'll be a throw-in for Rochester on their side of the field. Entering the 9th minute of play here. Early on in this I-90 derby between Buffalo and Rochester, still no score. 2 shots, both recorded by Buffalo. Optimistic efforts, but the action has mostly been staying, it feels like, in the midfield for the most part so far.
They got a very, very big feeling out process for both teams. The coaches are smart. They've been doing this for a long time. Be it with Coach Murphy or Coach Santalo, they've been doing this for a long time. They know the deal. We got a push onto the Rochester side, and it's out of bounds for a goal kick.
And it's always interesting when you're playing soccer on field turf. Grass, the ball will kind of come to a natural stop. And we saw it in the Women's World Cup last year, and you see it in a lot of these leagues where, as you can tell by the field tonight, lots of different sports are played here at All High, soccer just being one of them. So when you have this all-purpose turf, you're going to see the ball is never going to stop. It's just going to keep going. So obviously I'm sure the players are aware of this, and Rochester also plays on turf at their home field in Brockport as well. So it's not a secret to these clubs, as right now comes charging up the left side. He's going to take a nice look, and it's a nice save, diving, going to his right. Nick Jeffs, excellent effort by him. Really nice shot by Wright, curling down towards the lower corner of the goal. A really nice first effort for Rochester, and they are in the corner.
It'll be interesting to see how this corner kick goes, to see how they set up, if they're gonna crowd the keeper, if they're gonna try and make something happen from the outside.
Stamilakatos will take it for Rochester. And it's up and punched out by Jeffs on the rebound. Oh, what a save made on the back line by the defender, and then the ball is cleared out of danger. What a nice job there by Buffalo, snuffing out the excellent attempt there from Rochester. And that was Alex Dimitriou standing on the goal line. He will get credit for a save in that case, as Jeffs was out of position on the rebound. An excellent job by Dimitriou, and that is exactly why you love to have that defender on those set pieces, standing on the goal line for instances just like that. Meanwhile, here comes Wright again, and he is depossessed as the ball goes upfield, and it will actually, Hogg is going to take it, and he kicks it up to his teammate Schneider. Schneider has space.
Yeah, that's the kind of work you want to see from a guy like Dimitriou. I mean, even playing as a forward, it's fantastic.
Excellent job
eye for
there.
The ball.
Yep, nice
Just
job there
exactly
by the Canadian.
What to do when you're in a position like that. That's absolutely amazing.
And he kicks it upfield, and it goes out of bounds. Throw into Rochester.
Yeah, it was quite an intense moment there. Good to get a nice reset. Let the players kind of rest their bodies a little bit, get back on the field, and get ready for the next push.
It was a really nice job, but Jeffs on the initial save, and then he got the punch. Didn't really get all of it, though, on the corner, and the ball ricocheted to Rochester, and like we said, a really nice play there by Dimitriou.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it all the way out to midfield. Got it right outside the box, but like you said, that's exactly where you want to be with your defenders. So.
As Buffalo now will move the ball upfield. A lot of long balls from Buffalo, not really resulting in a whole lot of activity on the offensive end yet for the Blitzers here on the throw-in. And it's Donaldson now with it. He has some space. He tries to go upfield again, up to Demetriou, and nice job there. That is Anthony Rosano playing a little defense, doing a nice job with the throw-in. Rochester now tries to get it upfield. Unsuccessful. Paredes pushes it back up. Oh, a little nifty work there. Oh, and it looks like, how do you not call the foul on that? And they did call it.
They got it.
Absolutely there, as Guskett was taken down on the play by Godoy. So it will be, actually they're just going to call the throw, or no, they are going to call the free kick. Some really nifty moves there by Guskett.
And we'll see what there was a little bit of miscommunication there between two of the FC Buffalo blitzers there. But glad to see they got the free kick.
Oh, almost a field goal, good by Donaldson. Got a little bit too much on it, and it goes over the end line for the goal kick. In the 14th minute of play here from All High.
It was good to see that ambition, though.
Yeah, it's the right idea. You got to be aggressive. Hogg,
you're not always going to get those opportunities to be able to go ahead and do that.
No.
So it's good to get that chance to try and put it in the net, even from that far out.
And Hogg gets it off. Buffalo with the header. You can tell what Guskett's looking to do every time as he's running upfield trying to set something up.
He's definitely that playmaker, that setup guy. You have to see exactly who is the finisher for the team that's on the pitch right now. I imagine there's two or three, but
Brandel's throwing eventually possessed there. Donaldson gets it. It goes off Demetriou, and I think they're going to say that there was an inadvertent handball, so it will go back to Rochester now. Situation Room enjoying the action right now. Drums in full blast, and it's a great crowd that we have coming out here on an unseasonably cool evening in the city of Buffalo. Great to see everybody out here.
Yeah,
well
people are still walking in. And,
absolutely. I think we're approaching easily here 4 figures plus tonight. So that's great to see the city coming out and supporting the hometown club. Right now has it. Tried a little give and go. Right, thought he got tripped, asking the officials, no call. Boughton then gets taking down. Here comes into point. He can't get anything going, and it's a clearance for the Blitzers. Ball in the air, and eventually comes down to Rochester. And ball is actually now going to go to Buffalo. So, couple interesting opportunities. Really, Rochester with the best scoring opportunity of the first half so far.
Oh, without a doubt. Be nice to see if FC Buffalo can make this into something. We're down.
There's another long ball. Nice job there by Rosano to clear. But then the end, lengthy shot. I believe that was Donaldson.
That was Steele.
Or sorry, Steele with
the shot
attempt. Well wide. And again, a goal kick for the River Dogs.
Yeah, I think at this point you almost want to see the Blitzers try and make something happen inside to do some passing, just to let the River Dogs know that they're able to do it. They haven't really had a chance to pass the ball on the other side. They almost just trying to push it too hard to get it towards the net, trying to make something happen that way. But you know that the team has the capability of being able to make something happen with passes as opposed to just with straight shots from 20, 30 yards out. And Rochester clears it out. We're out of bounds. FC Buffalo ball.
As Buffalo with the throw in, Rochester grabs possession. And ball pushed into the middle of the pitch. Nothing really coming of it here. Hogg now dumps it off to Schneider. As the ball slowly gets to midfield there by Rochester. They've got a run. Wright's making one. Can he catch up to it? He can. And they're going to say that it is a goal kick. So Wright another one of the speedy players here for Rochester. You've seen him make several runs. He has a nice shot on goal as well. May want to try and do a little bit better job of marking him, as there's Guscott is just collided into by Cuomo, and there's no call at inadvertent contact apparently. Some in the Situation Room are incredulous about that. I don't blame them. Guscott hitting the turf hard.
I am with them. That was it was a difficult missed call. It's tough to see it. It was right here on the 40-yard line on our side.
Sure didn't look like there was a whole lot of effort at going towards the ball, and obviously the body was taken out. Demetriou tries to grab it. Unsuccessful. Here comes Rochester again, but is denied again. Guscott now. Boy, he's so close to breaking out. You can see it.
Yeah, you can tell he
only
really
had
wants
one
the ball.
defender.
He
Yep.
wants to make something happen with it. And
one thing, too, you see on the turf, you can't really play that ground game. There's going to be less tackling in a game like that, obviously, to save the knees, even though you're more or less covered. But any sort of, I think we've all dove on turf accidentally, whether it be in soccer, softball, or some other sport. And
of course,
it can really tear out.
And it's early in the season too. You don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize the rest of your, the next, half dozen games or so.
19th minute here of this I-90 derby between Buffalo and Rochester. Still no score. A couple opportunities, but nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Yeah, a few shots on goal, or at least towards the goal.
In the general vicinity of the goal.
Yes.
Rochester looks to make a run, but it is denied, and then a handball is not called there. Pretty clearly hitting Brandel on the bounce, but the official's not picking up on that one either.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't, with any sort of sport, catching something that happens so fast is so difficult.
Right, and so we should know only one on-field official and then two linesmen. So, again, maybe asking a bit much for them to be able to follow everything like that.
Yeah, it tends to be almost a calling card of the NPSL with some sort of missed calls and things like that. A lot of drama with things of that nature, especially here at All High Stadium.
Here's Rosano passing it into space. I think he thought that Kissy was going to be making a run. He was not.
But just be clear, the officials are doing a great job. They always do. But it is so hard to...
It's a thankless job.
It really is.
In any sport. As Hogg gets a little bit of pressure from Buffalo, but now the counter comes. There's Rosano. Kissy. Big guy making his move. And again, passing into space and nobody's there. So a little bit of miscommunication on the last two efforts from Rochester. Meanwhile, Guscott on the far sideline tried to keep it in, but cannot. So it'll be River Dogs throw-in.
We just crossed over to the 21st minute here. It's been a very interesting game. Just as we mentioned earlier, we know they're just feeling each other out. Rochester making a push.
Neither team really able to break out in any grand fashion so far. Although you
it's just been the one scoring
here.
The one scoring opportunity. Early with the
and
Buffalo's
here may
pushing.
be Guscott, but then Winkle gets it and he tries to go far. Nice job by Hogg, diving immediately, and that's the best save of the game for Rochester. Excellent effort there. A little bit more oomph, and perhaps that was a goal, but again, a nice effort there by Winkle. You can't fault it, as he was in full stride on the attack. It looked like Guscott was the one who was trying to break through from the defender, and then right along the right side of him came Winkle on that ball. So an excellent attacking opportunity there from FC Buffalo.
Yeah, it was definitely the best opportunity Buffalo's had on goal so far this evening. 22 minutes in, by far the best shot for the Blitzers.
As the crowd gets excited over that, and here they come again. Buffalo now just holding on possession-wise. Kissy for Rochester playing very deep, very aggressive. Is he playing very deep on the defenders? Of course, the defenders staying back a little bit more for Buffalo than they are for Rochester. And there, that ball looks like it just got held up on the clearance. And it goes out of bounds, so it will be a Buffalo throw-in taken by Macbeth on the far side, right in front of the scoreboard, I imagine. And there's the throw-in.
Yeah,
cleared out. So they keep moving up there as DePoint knocks it out for Rochester. And again, Macbeth on the throw-in. Looking for someone. Found him. There's Toland. And deep possessed there as Rochester will now take it. Looking to do something on the counter. Kissy is up there as he has been all game. Looking to penetrate that back line, and he's unable to do so there with a, not quite sure if that was an attempted cross or a shot, but no worries there for Jeffs in goal.
No, he definitely scooped that up pretty quick. It wasn't
never any concern. Nope. Parade ace now. Long ball. Oh, he's got Demetriou. Can he catch up to it? He can. Could be something brewing here for Buffalo. Brings it back up. Steele now has it. Passes it off to Toland. And Rochester grabs it and maintains. So the first really successful long ball attempt, we've seen it several times here from Buffalo tonight, as the blitzer's unable to keep it in there.
And Demetriou not only showing off, his defending skills before with that great shot before, but his wheels.
He's got a lot of skills.
Racing to the corner to make sure that ball didn't go out of bounds. Unfortunately, it wasn't very fruitful, but it's important. It's important to know that the player's able to do both on both ends of the field.
Rosano going up the sideline. Nice job there knocking it out by Donaldson, and Rosano is now down. Didn't really look like there was much contact between the players, but perhaps he landed awkwardly. It looked like a clean tackle from Donaldson. And Rosano now been a bit of a catalyst for the offense. Definitely has the speed.
Yeah, Donaldson with a pretty aggressive tackle there with the ball, but it seemed like it was ball. Nothing was called.
Never seemed like an issue. Godoy now shot off the mark.
Shot coming from Rochester from quite a bit out, about 35 yards out.
So Jeffs will
take it. Nice aggressive shot, but it was well on, but it missed the goal. Minute 25 here.
So FC Buffalo now the chance to push the ball upfield halfway through the first half here from All High. By the time the ball comes down, we'll probably be in the 26th minute. And Jeffs with a nice ball right up the parkway.
And that will go right back to, maybe. Aggressive push from Rochester.
Oh, dear, and the mistake is made. Miscommunication. They're going to call, I think, offsides or some sort of penalty. Boy, the blitzers get lucky there. So miscommunication between Jeffs and his defense. As we had talked about the whole game, Kissy was right there on the defensive end, but instead they end up calling offsides on him.
Yeah, and Kissy definitely playing a lot more aggressive.
The easy goal is negated. Wow, what a break here for Buffalo in the 26th minute. That looked like it was certainly the first tally of the game, but in the end, it is still tied 0-0.
Yeah, some defensive miscommunication there. It's difficult. You're going to get that with players who are playing on a brand new team with one another, just like we're doing here with FC Buffalo. And the goal kick came out quite far, and Rochester pushed it up. And
yeah, well, like you said, it didn't look like it was going to be anything, and then, boy,
really?
I mean, what a missed opportunity for Rochester. And the clearance ball.
But it certainly feels like Kissy is the finisher.
Well, he's got the size, and he certainly has the strength as he sort of overpowered the FC Buffalo defender. Schneider now. Depossessed. Oh, a little nifty move there from Donaldson. As the ball trickles upfield. No danger as Rochester takes possession again.
Just looking at Kissy is definitely the oldest player on the team for Rochester. He's born in '87. Looks from Ghana.
Very mature.
6'2". That is definitely got a lot going for him.
You can tell the size
difference.
He knows the game. Yep. And here on the other end, ball is nice job saving the corner kick, as it will just be a throw in there. Kissy working against his defender. Ball gets picked up by Stamalakatos, and it goes all the way up to Davey now. Davey, first time we're calling his name. He looks to get it in the box, and the header is no danger as FC Buffalo now will take it up. Need to be a little bit more responsible in the back end. And they do get it up to midfield. Back to the defensive unit. There's Paredes again. Given a little bit of room, so he'll go long, trying to find Demetrio again. Can he outrun the defender? No. Good job by DePoint marking his man, and he will earn the throw-in.
Take this moment to thank the sponsors for tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
Pallet Service Incorporated.
PSI.
WesternMedia.net. 91.3 WBNY FM.
And us, 716 Sports Podcast, providing the activity tonight here from All High Stadium. SC Buffalo, the inaugural campaign of the 2016 season against the Rochester River Dogs FC. I keep calling them the Rochester River Dogs FC. I forget the FC at the end.
Yes.
But that's okay.
They're at the end, we're at the front.
And the dogs have a Z, so you can hear the Z in my pronunciation.
There are many Canadian players on FC Buffalo.
That's right.
So
along with my thick,
it's important to keep that in mind.
Rochester accent, that is a bit noticeable. Play continues now. Right at midfield, as Rochester maintains. Back it off a little bit, get reset. It's Cuomo. Just passing it amongst themselves right now as Rochester tries to find an opening. They'll go along with it, trying to find Kissy. And that'll amount to nothing as Jeffs grabs it. No problem.
So we're about 2/3 into the first half here, entering the 30th minute here. Interesting to see what sort of adjustments they'll make on the field to see what this last 15 are going to make for both Buffalo and Rochester.
Been a pretty clean game overall.
Yeah.
Only a couple fouls called.
Yeah, I only think the two called. Maybe
two
two
called.
missed.
Maybe there were a couple others, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
As we speak, there's our third foul of the game called.
And they
Kissy
will back
throws his hands up and gets the call.
Back the River Dogs up a little more as they go to the 40-yard line.
About 50 yards out.
50 yards out, 40-yard line. 120 yards of playing surface tonight.
It's one of the nice parts about seeing the game, seeing the match here.
Pretty easy to call how far it's out. Yeah,
just got to remember to add the 10 for the
that's right.
The end zones.
Yeah, I believe that's how you use the metric system. Boughton now taking it and cleared, but the second clearance opportunity was missed. So the shot by Godoy will bounce over the end line. So a corner kick now for the River Dogs. For an expansion franchise, looking pretty impressive so far,
Absolutely.
I would say.
I'm definitely impressed. We don't see this sort of the chemistry on the pitch with a brand new team.
Doing a very nice job. It's not like they've been around like, an Erie or a Cleveland.
The corner comes in.
And elevating well above everybody else on the header attempt for Rochester. I believe that was DePoint, but he is unable to connect, and it will now be the goal kick for the Blitzers.
Those corners are definitely somewhere where you'll see the team chemistry working together. You have players that know their roles and players who try to get to not so ambitious with their work inside the box.
Hard not to be impressed so far with what we've seen on the set pieces here from Rochester tonight. They've looked pretty sharp on two of their three corner attempts. They're getting quality opportunities.
I believe that might have been a missed hand.
Yeah, again,
from Rochester.
It's tough to say. Oh, but a nice job there dribbling by the Rochester defender, and he gets it up. Here comes Wright now, and he loses possession on the counterattack. Here comes Steele, gets it up to Guskett. Now it's Winkle, back to Guskett. Backs it off to Brandel. Brandel changing fields. Smart play there. And the long ball attempt in to the box. It was looking for Toland. Unsuccessful. Winkle with the header. And Rochester switches fields as well. Gets it over to the far sideline, and now Buffalo backs off on the pressure. So here comes Rochester. Long ball. Again, they're constantly looking for Kissy. Unsuccessful there. But now here on the through ball could be danger. Nice defending, though, on the individual effort.
Excellent tackle there.
And Buffalo now gets it back. Trying to find Guskett. Does he find a little bit of room? Not quite. But the pressure will at least result in a Buffalo throw in there, as Schneider really had no choice but to just kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here, now that they've got a chance to make something happen on this side of the field.
Yeah, we really haven't seen a whole lot of activity for Buffalo in the attacking zone so far tonight through 33 minutes.
And now they get a chance to start something from scratch.
Here comes the Situation Room, cheering the boys on. Demetriou not successful. Thrown back in. Donaldson, nope. Can't really get anything going. Samalakados gets it up. No, but Kissy's depossessed there. And here we go now. Donaldson to Guskett. Guskett with the opportunity goes through the goaltender's hands and will result in a corner kick for FC Buffalo.
We will have a corner. Corner kicks are always exciting, so you never really know what's going to happen.
A good effort by Guskett, but
fantastic.
Kind of mishandled there by Hogg, I would say. It certainly seemed like it was somewhat of a routine play, diving to his left, but the end result here is a set play opportunity for the Blitzers.
Positive for the Blitzers, so that's the important part.
Macbeth is going to take the corner.
Make something happen here. Here we go.
Gets it into the far side. Demetriou will take it over there. As Buffalo content with getting it back in. Looking for Guskett. And then a bicycle kick. You can always appreciate a bicycle kick at any point during a game. Didn't really do a whole lot, though, for Rochester. Yeah, I mean, it's the coolest play in soccer. I once had a Pele flip book. Do you remember those from the 80s?
I do.
And it had him doing one of those. One of those newfangled bicycle kicks. Rochester now on the other end, Wright. And Wright gets it back from Stamalakados.
Situation room, Lennon and Mo. They're not welcome here.
Not big fans. Must all be Yankee fans over there. And Donaldson now. A little dribbling around, and he gets it back. Here comes Guskett looking. Thought he may have had Winkle going up the near sideline. Instead, hands it over to Demetriou on the other side. Back to Guskett. Brandel now. Changing fields. Nice job by McGrath there. Oh, Demetriou can't hang on. And here we go the other way. Kissy now. No. Donaldson gets it for FC Buffalo, and they may have numbers. Guskett to Winkle, near sideline. Winkle looking for the cross. Nice opportunity. Rebound went right to Guskett, but he is unable to possess. And the clearance by Rochester will result, though, in a throw-in here for FC Buffalo. Brandel.
Excellent attempt to grab control of that by the Blitzers there in the box. It's never easy.
No.
Everything's moving so fast, and kind of wonder if the chilly weather's playing a little bit of a part. I don't know if they practiced in this cold of weather since they've started. So
snow flurry is a possibility tonight in the southern tier regions of the western New York 7-county area, so it's definitely unseasonably cool here. And now Rochester trying to get something going. Wright going one-on-one. He's got a shot if he wants it, and it's well wide.
He sure did want that one.
David Wright, you could almost tell once he had the one move on the defender that he was thinking about it. Maybe the right play there. Kissy was pretty much marked as well, but from about 25 yards out, not really much of a threat.
Yeah, enough he gave his disappointment after he shot that one a little bit left.
Guskett wanted the penalty call. Nothing happens with it, though, so it ends up being a Rochester throw-in. 38th minute here at All High. 0-0. Certainly some fireworks in the past 10 to 12 minutes as the River Dogs move the attack upfield. Schneider up to Kissy. Kissy looks like he may have had his ankle stepped on. Godoy now goes far side. And here comes Rochester coming back in, trying to look for the through ball. Unable to get it. Buffalo clears. Rochester now gets the throw. That'll be interesting to see, though. Kissy, at least for a second, kind of limping around, although it looks like he's okay now. Still maybe in a little bit of pain. So we try and get the throw in here. Yep, and now figuring out exactly where it needs to go. Here comes Rochester. And that looked like it had to be called, and it is.
A little bit of a foul there. Not quite playing the ball when you're playing somebody's back like that.
No. So it'll be a free kick opportunity from about 30 yards out for the River Dogs.
That seems the wind's picking up. You take a look at the linesman's flags. They're fluttering in the wind.
Blowing left to right. And then it switches. Here's Kissy. May have gotten a brief touch on it, but it ends up rolling harmlessly over the end line. It'll be FC Buffalo goal kick. Here come the Blitzers. Winkle. Looks like he got fouled on, and he did. So that'll be a free kick now. I know they're going to say throw in for Buffalo. Kind of into a lot of traffic. Oh, man, and they're going to call tolling. Linesman deciding that there was a little bit too much physical play. That's about the first time that we've seen on a 50-50 ball the call go on either team, really.
You really could have.
I think he could have called it on either man, but ends up going the wrong way, and Schneider gets it. And Rochester trying to get the through ball in. Deflected out. Nice little bit of defending there by Johnny Macbeth. Steal. And
got a handball on Dimitri there.
They're going to call it on Dimitri. So an opportunity here from about 20 yards out. If Rochester is interested, we'll see what happens.
Just entering the 41st minute here, 5 minutes plus a few, give or take.
I would think there'd be one, maybe two, but probably only one.
Yeah, there really hasn't been too much
there's the
stoppage.
Ball in, just over the goal. And they're going to say it was off of Buffalo. So another corner opportunity here for the River Dogs. Stamilakatos is going to take it on the far side corner. And here comes the set tactics again from Rochester as they really flood the box with a lot of men.
The Butcher's able to head it out.
Yep, nice. Not fully clear, though, as Rochester hangs on. Wright has it. Nice long ball in the air. Jeff's an aggressive play. He's unable to possess, but it ends up being cleared out. Jeff's very aggressive, as we have seen. He's not afraid to put his body in harm's way.
And you kind of like to see that from a goaltender, or a goalkeeper.
That's okay.
That's definitely a trait you like to see, especially if you have defenders that are able to support him in every way that they possibly can. We saw that with this play back right here, and earlier with Dimitri right there on the goal line.
Throw in for the Blitzers. Rochester has it. Boy, it looked like McGrath just climbed Kissy on the back.
He really did.
But no call there. And the end result is, actually, I guess they did call it finally. So it will be another free kick opportunity as free kicks and corners both mounting here in Rochester's favor. As we await the kick. There it is. That one could be dangerous. Oh, nice piece of defending there by McGrath, skying up to clear it out, though Rochester maintains. Looking for a cross here. Oh, nice move, and they find it. But Jeffs ends up grabbing it. The ball hanging up in the air for too long for anybody else to do anything about it. And now here we go for Buffalo, trying to get a counterattack going. Winkle up to Guskett. First time in a long time that Buffalo's even crossed midfield in this game.
Yeah, we haven't said many forwards' names in a while.
No,
it's
and
been
then
probably a good 10 minutes.
And the attack is immediately canceled out by a Guskett foul.
A lot of white kits back there waiting for Guskett to make something happen.
Been impressed by both teams at various points, but it feels like Rochester is the team a little bit closer to breaking through and ending this 0-0 tie.
Yeah, it's almost you see that, but there's also the possibility that Buffalo is just waiting for that one mistake for Rochester.
And you'd like to just see a quick counterattack, and I think definitely guys like Guskett or Winkle could certainly do the job in finishing.
And that almost seems like the theme for some of the more successful clubs that aren't the powerhouses.
Sure.
You've got your players that are just waiting for that little mistake, for something just to be able to push through.
Look at the English champions this year. It's where Leicester
Leicester
City
City
made their entire tactical program after, and they were very successful at it. So there's many ways in the sport to create some offense.
Yeah, so many matches with under 40% possession that they win.
Yeah, it's
1-0,
not everything.
Nope.
As Buffalo now gets it in an optimistic position.
The 44th minute
Here comes the cross, and Hogg will hang on as he waits for everybody to run off. So
we're entering almost the final minute here, plus the stoppage time in the first half of Rochester.
Didn't
FC
get an
versus
announcement
Rochester.
on the number of stoppage minutes that we will be playing. Here we go. Winkle now throws it up the middle. Hogg gets it. No worries there. It looked like maybe Tolan had a slight chance at it. Rochester now brings it back up. That one looked like it did go over the sideline, and it did. So Winkle trying to get the quick throw in, but he ends up handing it off to Brandel. Brandel now will throw. Tries to find Winkle. Tolan gets it. Tolan with a blast, but it's deflected. In the dying minutes here of the first half. And an opportunity again snuffed out by Rochester.
Buffalo pushed it here the last few minutes of the first half.
It's
nice to see.
The last 3 minutes here have
aggressiveness.
really been successful in comparison to what they had been. And that'll do it right at the end of the first half. So, first game of the season. So far, we've seen the teams kind of feeling each other out for the first 30. And then after that, really some nice aggressive play from both sides. Some real offensive opportunities for both clubs.
It definitely did play, as I almost, mentioned in the beginning, they're just trying to figure each other out. There's so many brand new players on both squads, both teams, that just want to make sure that everything's working out well with one another. Nobody's making mistakes. That's the important part. So, I think it was very well played half by both teams.
So it's the hometown FC Buffalo squad 0. It's the visitors from Rochester, the River Dogs 0. We will take a brief timeout here at halftime, and we will get back to you. We are live from All High Stadium. Thanks for tuning in to FC Buffalo. WBNY. We are part of the 716 Sports Podcast, and we are getting ready for the second half here between FC Buffalo and Rochester River Dogs FC. 0-0 at the half. A very interesting second half to the first half, as a lot of offensive activity started occurring, and it'll be interesting to see what we get from Buffalo here in the second half as they come out on the field momentarily. Rochester is making a substitution as they will have coming on number 16, Eric Nuss is now going to be coming on. And we're trying to get it all figured out, so we will let you know in a couple minutes if there's any more additional lineup changes, as still trying to figure out everything from the halftime, as the referees did show up a couple numbers, so we will get that all sorted out. But as we mentioned before, it is 0-0. Rochester dominating for an extended period of time in the offensive zone, and then in the last few minutes, Buffalo got a couple nice opportunities. So if you're the Blitzers, there's a lot to build on if you believe in momentum. It is something that probably was occurring for the boys in blue and yellow. But Rochester, for their first ever game as an organization, a very impressive effort as Nick comes back in here and joins me now. We weren't really sure what to expect from the River Dogs, and what we got was a team that has a couple dominant presence in the offensive zone and a pretty stout defensive backfield as well.
Yeah, for sure. The Rochester did a very good job of pushing the ball, not only pushing the ball forward, but making sure it didn't cross into their edge of the defense.
Yeah. So here come the Blitzers,
yeah, the Blitzers back out
onto the pitch for the second half. So the reserves come on first, and the starters will be making their way out here momentarily. As far as second half hopes, we've seen some aggressive play from Jeffs in goal. And as far as Hogg, he seemed to be a little bit more, passive isn't the right way to say it, but certainly a little bit more stay at home. The one slip up where he almost, the ball trickling through his hands, resulting in a corner for FC Buffalo. But other than that, I thought both goaltenders did a nice job playing their game, so I would expect it to be a bit difficult here in the second half for either team.
Plus stoppage here at the end of this. There seem to be two pretty staunch efforts by both defenses.
Both teams favoring the long ball, neither one of them connecting all that frequently on it. So if you're a Blitzer supporter, you may want to see a little bit more in terms of
give a special thanks to our sponsors once again: Pallet Service Incorporated, PSI, WestNewYorkMedia.net, WBNY 91.3 FM, and the 716 Sports Podcast. And here we go with our second half kickoff for the Buffalo Blitzers.
Here we are at All High, second half of this new I-90 Derby between Buffalo and Rochester. As the Blitzers are now going right to left, and they are still wearing the blue with the yellow.
Definitely getting the benefit of having this, the wind, not having the wind in their offensive zone. The beautiful Bennett High School blocking that that Lake Erie wind.
Substitution for Buffalo, Alex Demetriou has gone off, and Isaiah Barrett is now out there for the Blitzers. That so far is the only substitution that we have been made aware of. There did appear to be something for Rochester. We'll figure it out as we go along here. As the support group is back out here in the through ball. It was a nice effort there by Johnny Macbeth to try and find Romario Gusket, but he just can't quite get there. As Buffalo now with possession, and here we go again. It's McGrath. Kicks it up to Winkle. Ball now going over to the far sideline. There was the aforementioned Isaiah Barrett. He is over on that far sideline now.
Interesting to see what happens with Barrett coming out. Dimitri was playing such an important role in the first half.
Yeah, definitely
on both ends of the pitch.
Right.
But Barrett is in his second season here with the Blitzers. He might have a little bit more chemistry with some of the players. Obviously, the field, he knows the field pretty well.
And there he is, right there, falling down as he sends it to the Blitzers back line.
We do have our second pair of neon yellow. Neon yellow for boots. Sorry, I was trying to think of the proper football term.
You're such a Brit.
Boots.
Such a Brit.
I almost wanted to correct your Derby versus Derby earlier.
London, yeah, Derby. Listen, this is the United States, buddy. Here comes Buffalo now. McGrath gets it up to, ends up being Macbeth, although Winkle was right there as well. Throws it in. That was Isaac Kissy. Fouled. Ball will stay with Rochester. And it looks like Raphael. And here comes Rochester, and a little bit of miscommunication as the ball goes out. So Blitzer ball now. As Macbeth looking for something. Trying to find someone to throw it into. Ends up going into Guscott. And Rochester gets it right back. Some real struggles tonight for Buffalo on the throw-ins. They've lost a lot of possession off of one touch and done. So something to think about here if you're trying to keep the ball moving forward. You can't give up possession that easily.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's almost a communication issue.
Yeah, something's going on.
People aren't in the right places at the right time.
Macbeth was looking for something there, and nobody was really ever trying to even break through there. As the long ball almost had an opportunity there, but it goes back to Hogg, and Hogg will take it. And he, with the long kick, boy, that one went a good 60 yards down the pitch. And no, Kissy thought he had something going on there in the box, but he is stripped. And, a nice there move. Johnny Macbeth going and one tour.
A little hot sauce on that one.
Liked it a lot.
It was a good move.
Rochester, though, gets it right back. No foul called. And now Buffalo will maintain. Barrett goes back to Brandel. Barrett now gets it up to Steele. Steele on the other side to Winkle. Winkle tries to go back heel. Gets it, though, there. Nice patience shown by Macbeth. And now Steele breaks through. No call. For the Blitzers, nothing called, as we said. And now right here in front of us on the near sideline, and they're going to call that.
Oh, wow. TSR definitely letting
Stamilicados look like
know.
what's going on there.
All right, he's just letting them know. There haven't been too many fouls yet, so
that was to McGrath. All that conversation though, like the official walking 25 yards to just say, "Hey, watch yourself.
Chill out.
Chill, dude." And a long effort from Rochester amounts to nothing. That may actually be a throw-in, though. Yeah, it is going to be a throw-in as it went way deep. It looked like it was going to go over the end line, but instead it has to be a throw-in. So buried deep here. Just want to get the ball up. They do. And then there's the foul called on Rochester. So FC Buffalo, an interesting start here. Things getting a little bit chippier between the two squads as they get a little bit more familiar.
Yeah, definitely not afraid to start throwing their bodies around. And
No, not at all.
we like to see that from fresh teams.
Macbeth gets it over. Backfield, McGrath. Now here comes Winkle. Guskett back to Winkle. Then Winkle pushed off, and they're going to actually call the foul.
Than happened before. I'm definitely impressed the first 7 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, this has been a much better start than there was to the first half for the Blitzers. Steele now going to be looking for some sec tactics here as he gets it to curl into the box. A lot of traffic, but Rochester able to clear. Then Kissy kicks it all, or heads it rather, all the way down, but no issues there for Jeffs. Here comes the Buffalo attack back up the field. There's Donaldson. Over on the right-hand side to Brandel. Then Rochester gets it back. Here comes the River Dogs now. Near sideline, that's Gary Boughton. Boughton looking to create some space, but unable to, so he retreats. And then the ball knocked out to Point, trying to go with something. And it looks like DePoint will be the thrower as well. About to enter the 54th minute here at All High. Still 0-0.
Far different from the first half. There's a lot more aggression.
Yep. So Boughton will go off. Coming into the game now is Adnan Bakalovic for Rochester. Ball goes back out of bounds again. DePoint will throw it in again. Rochester in deep, but not really feeling like they're threatening quite yet. Ball is cleared out of the box. Nice job there by Barrett. And long down the field it goes. Out of bounds on the far sideline. So here come the River Dogs again. This will take the throw from midfield. Deep throwing in, and Kissy will get it. Trying to play a 1-on-4 game. He fails. Macbeth clears out. And Macbeth gets it on the sideline, and he just boots it out off the roof here at All High. Not sure how much we pay for those soccer balls, but that one may be
I don't think we're getting that
the
one back.
Buffalo Masses.
Yeah, we're not getting that one back.
I mean, if you're going to kick it out with style, I say.
Get another substitution.
So to point out now, Ryan Bain enters the game for Rochester as they continue to use their substitutions. And yet another throw-in from a deep position. As Bain, as we mentioned, just entering the game, he will do the throw-in now. And a little bit of a tussle there in the box, or near the box rather, but the end result is Winkle getting in. He clears it long down the field. Rochester will hang on to it though. And here comes Barrett now on the far sideline. Just clears it up, gets some space as Rochester will take it over again. Buffalo seeming to want to regroup here a little bit. The offensive pressure not there as it was in the first few minutes, and that is out of bounds, and that'll go back to Buffalo. So now here's that opportunity presenting itself. Macbeth looking for Guskett, as he always does on those throw-ins. And again, Rochester taking advantage. It's like they know every time where that ball's going into.
Yeah, they really do. You could kind of telegraph it. Nice back heel.
Nifty move there, though, by Winkle. Back heel going through the defender's legs, and now Guskett turns it upfield. He's going 1-on-4. Then it looked like he was tackled, and they're going to call the penalty, or rather just a foul.
You can kind of get an idea
on Rochester.
He
wanted to go kick the ball in the goal, I think.
He was trying to thread that needle.
Yes.
And he was either going to get the ball on net or he was going to go down with it. And,
but it was the nice effort is being rewarded here with a set piece now for Buffalo.
Fantastic effort.
as they build the wall up. They go 3 wide on it. Looks like Steele again is going to take it. Steele has a nice movement, has some nice movement on his free kicks. So an opportunity here, I think. Pretty realistic one, I would argue, for the Blitzers. Here come the drums from the Situation Room, and then it ends up being on the quick
nice
play, Macbeth, and he kicks it right on. Hogg grabs it, and a save for the River Dogs. And now off the long clearance, Rochester will get the ball deep into Buffalo territory.
Kissy making a good effort to try and make something happen there.
Yep.
But the Blitzers defender just got there just before him.
Godoy into Kissy. Kissy almost broke free, but nice job by Paredes, so he will give up the corner. And now dangerous opportunity here as we've seen Rochester looking really sharp on these corners. No goals, but a lot of pressure. We'll see what happens here. Kick in. Oh, and a big man going way upstairs. Boy, Kissy looked like he had the left side of the net wide open, but it ends up going well wide. But again, another great opportunity. Again, Rochester really doing a nice job again, as I said earlier, on these corner sets.
Yeah, they've been putting out a lot of pressure on the net, but they're just not able to finish. We got a goal kick for Jeffs here.
Jeffs will now take it. He goes up towards the near sideline. Macbeth. Does he come down with it? No. But Buffalo maintaining here now as it goes far side. Buffalo pushing. Barrett. As Brandel switches field. Macbeth. Nifty move over to Winkle. Winkle tries to bring it back in, but Rochester with the steal. Oh, but here comes Buffalo again. Steele. Now Winkle. Steele gets it again. And nothing comes of it, so here comes Rochester back. He's Bakalovic. And the tackle, no result of a penalty. Whoa. Nice job defending there by Buffalo, climbing the ladder, as we see it a couple of times here. Kissy has ended up with guys on his back from Buffalo.
Essentially was a ladder for that play. 6'2" is it's a tall ladder to climb, but we got it.
Well, we've shown an athletic ability too, as we saw earlier on the header that he missed off the set piece. 60th minute now. Still 0-0 between these two I-90 rivals. And Macbeth keeps it in the air. And then perhaps a bit of a push from Toland. I think it has to be called.
That was more a pull than a push, I think it was.
Stamilakatos and him both exchanging pleasantries.
So you mentioned rivals. We do have our next home match here at All-High Stadium coming up here at May 27th against our beloved rival, the Erie Commodores FC, here at 7 p.m. kickoff at Robert E. Rich All-High Stadium.
The arch rival coming here, and then the next match for the Blitzers
is at AFC Cleveland at
that's next Saturday
in Cleveland.
In Believeland, for you watching the documentary.
We have many follower of the Blitzers.
Just a 3-hour drive down the street.
Join FC Buffalo on Monday, May 23rd at Shenanigans Bar for a Q&A with current Blitzers.
And the corner kick now is the end result here. So Rochester again in a dangerous position as they go low, but a nice job by Macbeth to clear out. And on the far sideline now, that's David Wright trying to get something going. He is unable to, and here comes Buffalo back up. And foul called on Steele. Steele possessing the ball, yet still being called for the foul.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So Rochester now about 40 yards away will get the free kick. It's a long time here to set up. There it goes into the box. Oh, and Jeff's had to deflect it, and then off the deflection, it is a Rochester goal.
Yeah, I kind of had the feeling at some point that was going to be happening.
You give a team that many opportunities on the set pieces, and eventually bad things happen. Jeff's got the initial save, pushed it out, though, and it ends up going right to David Wright, who puts it in the back of the net.
You put the ball on enough times, it's eventually at one point it's going to go in. And,
so 1-0 Rochester as they break this scoreless tie. And actually, apparently a different number 12, so that was actually Luke Pavone, not David Wright.
I have him as number 9 on my list.
So Luke Pavone wearing number 12 tonight. We apologize for not having that correct, but Pavone ends up getting the goal. And Pavone makes it 1-0 Rochester, and that is a major, major breakthrough for the River Dogs.
But TSR is rising up, getting behind their club. Might light a fire.
Got to use it now. Need to lean on your supporters here, as it has been a frustrating half after a nice initial burst. Buffalo really unable. They've been defending for the better part of 10 minutes, and now they keep doing it. Here is another shot on goal, goes well wide, and that will result in a goal kick. But the field is currently tilted, and it is tilted in Rochester's favor, as the Blitzers have really struggled in the last 10 minutes to get anything going.
Certainly, it's been a while since Buffalo's been on the ball has been on the Buffalo offensive end, and you hope that they're just going to push a little bit more. But Rochester took advantage of that mistake, and Rochester's pushing again.
And a nice save there by Jeffs, denying Bakalovic as Rochester continues that pressure, and that will be another corner for the River Dogs. So, whole tenor of the stadium has changed here, Nick. 1-0 now in Rochester, just continuing this onslaught of pressure. Buffalo unable to get any sort of even clearance. And the end result here, as you said, you give the team enough opportunities to put the ball into the box. Eventually they're going to connect.
Yeah, at one point or another, it's just going to happen. We got the corner coming. And
corner's cleared out of harm's way for the time being. But, again, Rochester keeps it. Oh, and a nice through ball there. Bakalovic had another good look at it. Nice job by Godai to keep it in. And let's see if the Blitzers can get something going here now.
Prior to that goal, the Blitzers have had issues with getting that second clearance.
Yeah, and that was exactly what it was. Jeffs made the initial save. Bakalovic depossessed there by Macbeth. Skaska trying to desperately get through. He can't do anything, though. And Rochester holding on. And a very late foul call. Boy, the officials got to be a little bit quicker than that. I mean, play was going in the other direction for a good couple of seconds before the foul was called.
Yeah, this is unfortunate when the official holds on to a call for a while.
If it's a foul, it's a foul, but you got to call it here. So Regan Steele takes the captain's band off. Coming in now, Andrew Ferguson, a crowd favorite to be sure. As Situation Room bangs the drum in approval. Ferguson now out on the pitch in the 66th minute here of a 1-0 game.
Yeah, Ferguson making 13 appearances last year, scoring 3 goals, 3 assists. So maybe he's the catalyst. He's
a little bit more offensive-minded, you would think, on the for the Buffalo coaching staff.
In terms of players who were on the roster last year, he had the most appearances that are currently on the roster.
Brendan Murphy, Coach Murphy, really looking for something here. But again, here comes Rochester again, attacking. And that one, though, does go over the end line for a goal kick.
So we're waiting for this goal kick. Just we have a special event coming up with FC Buffalo at Shenanigans, which it's 1009 Niagara Falls Boulevard in Sheridan on May 23rd. They will be teaming up with Shenanigans FC Buffalo at the home of the Buffalo Gooners for a special Q&A with former Arsenal Academy product and current Blitzers member Sam Biles. He used to play for the Gunners. He was there at the Academy. Like a nice Q&A session. Be a lot of fun. They have domestic draft deals and all sorts of other drinks. And there's going to be trivia after the fact from 9 to 11, hosted by fine folks at Quiz Night in Buffalo.
I hear they do good work.
I like to think they do.
Full disclosure, Nick, that's you.
It will be me hosting some soccer-related trivia and other various trivia.
So that should be fun for everybody. Make sure you check that out over in Amherst, right on the boulevard, right near the corner of Sheridan and the boulevard.
$6 all-you-can-eat wings from 7 to 10. You can't beat that deal.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, $2 domestic drafts.
Nothing says
drinks,
soccer like
$2
chicken
PBRs.
wings. That's right.
From 5 to 7.
There you go.
And Q&A with Sam Biles from 6 to 7 as well. That should be a lot of fun. Sam's not quite here yet. He'll be here on Thursday. I hear he's flying in late on Thursday with another UK product. That should be a lot of fun to have them here with the FC Buffalo Blitzers.
Meanwhile, back out onto the pitch. Ball goes over, and it's going to be a throw-in now here for FC Buffalo on the correct side of the field, the attacking side. Macbeth gets it into Guskin, and again, it is intercepted. That has been a real issue and something that Coach Murphy is going to have to talk to Macbeth about. He's got to try and get that ball into someone else, or someone else needs to make a run and support the thrower.
Yeah, it almost seems like he's trying to force it to Guskin, which may not be beneficial if he's the player that you want to push to the goal.
Offsides on Rochester, so Macbeth will take it.
So he does it again, and he does it again.
And a bit of a discussion now between the officials. Guskin was being defended there by Ryan Bain. Second half substitution
and they've been
for the River Dogs.
In each other's ear pretty much the entire match. We're currently in the 69th minute, and we've got a throw in for FC Buffalo with Johnny Macbeth.
And Macbeth, again, tries to get over to Guskin. Denied. Back to Guskin again. And with 3 defenders on him. Little gamesmanship there by Stamilicatos trying to throw it in.
And we have a throw into Donaldson. Little change of pace.
And that seems to actually be working here as Buffalo maintaining possession now on the attacking end. Over to Macbeth. Macbeth trying to get it up to Guskin, though he's well marked there by Bain. Bain looks like an excellent man-on-man defender, and he seems to be giving Guskin a whole bunch of problems. But on the throw-in, Macbeth into Guskin. And they're finally going to call Bain for a little bit additional harassment on the back end. So now, here's a dangerous opportunity for the Blitzers in the 70th minute as they get a set-piece opportunity, and it's going to be Winkle taking it, it appears. Time to flood the box, I think, here for FC Buffalo.
You'd hope.
They only have 3 men back here. River Dogs going to put a little bit of pressure up on Winkle. Cross goes in, rattles around, and they're going to get a corner kick out of it. We were waiting to see who it went off of. Ball sort of pinballing around there in the corner.
Yeah, a few bodies flying back and forth. We just wanted to make sure it was. So
yep.
Looks like the officials made the right call.
So now here comes FC Buffalo on the far end for the corner. Ball into the box. Clears everybody. Multiple bodies on the turf. As it appears that one of the River Dogs players is going to be a little shaken up.
We have a goal
He's holding the back of his head. Yeah, he appears to be all right now. So, goal kick is the end result here. It's Rochester will clear it out, but a nice little flurry. Buffalo could use certainly a few more of those here as time is starting to dwindle here into the 71st minute. Barrett now. Ball goes in the middle. And Coming back up here. FC Buffalo, and no real attack, though, as Rochester does a good job getting it back, so Hogg will take it now. Kissy with the header to clear it, and it goes out of the goaltending box. Jeffs will take it. Macbeth gets it back. It's going up the line to Guskett. And Rochester now maintaining it. That's Pavone. And on the other side, Brandel now. Brandel has it. Looking to do something to Donaldson. Donaldson sends it back to McGrath. McGrath now throws it over. And it ends up in Macbeth's feet. Macbeth, though, lost possession, and here comes the counterattack from Rochester. Kissy has it, does some dribbling, and he ends up losing possession, and now here's an opportunity for Buffalo to push, and indeed that is what they're going to do. A nice run here by McGrath.
And it goes out of bounds.
It goes out of bounds for a Rochester throw. So McGrath looked like he wanted to do it all by himself. He had the space. Rochester was giving it to him, but he loses possession out of bounds, and here comes the throw-in. And now Paredes has it up to Barrett. And then it looked like Brandel may have slipped. And now here comes the counter again from Rochester. River Dogs not going away, looking for that second tally in this 1-0 contest. 74th minute approaching. A little bit of urgency being felt by the Situation Room. Macbeth, you can see that wind on his jersey rippling through. It's a chilly night here in Buffalo, to be certain. Not exactly football weather of this variety.
Not ideal, that's for sure. Kind of wish I had gloves myself.
That's why I'm smart, Nick. And I'm completely man enough to admit that my hands were going to be freezing. Bain throws it over on the other side. It's Cuomo now. Cuomo into Goido. Cuomo now. Bain again. Oh, and an attempt to move, and they are going to call the foul there as Bain sort of threw his body. Bain, a very physical defender now, as we've seen him. And hopefully everybody's okay here. And like Donaldson took a nice tumble. He appears to be shaking it off. That hurts right now. Like we said, it's cold temperatures. When you hit that turf, you're going to feel it even a little bit more. Macbeth with a nice-looking long ball. That one held up there for a while. And then the goaltender came charging right into the back of Barrett, and they're going to have to call that. They will. Sorry, that's Goskett. Was it in the box? Just outside, so here's the best opportunity maybe of the entire game for FC Buffalo here. Donaldson still trying to shake something off as he's doing the hurdler position. So here we go. FC Buffalo just outside the 18-yard box with a real opportunity. Essentially a penalty kick that's going to have a wall attached to it. It's going to be taken by Tolan. Oh, rather it goes directly in the wall. Tolan was on the left side. And the ball goes all the way down the field. So a real great opportunity just missed there by FC Buffalo. We'll see if they can continue the attack here in the 76th minute.
It's definitely good effort there on that kick. It's you got that wall in front of you. It's never easy to push it through.
Donaldson tried to get over to Paredes, but he lost possession and rolled out of bounds. So another throw in here for the River Dogs. As they're now starting to do some stall tactics, rightfully so, with the lead 1-0 here in the 77th minute. And they do end up calling the handball, I believe, on Toland. So it will stay on this end for Rochester. Bit of a huddle there. And yes, already, as I said, they are wasting time. And they are wasting a lot of time. I mean, we are approaching 25 seconds of setting up this free kick for Rochester. As the 77th minute melts away, and then on the free kick, a nice drive, but Jess is able to make the save, and here we go up the side. Macbeth can't keep it in, so he was looking for Winkle. Bain going to do the throw in now, but Macbeth with the header. And it gives into space where Rochester gets it back. Winkle then tries the header. And it ends up going to Cuomo. Cuomo now changes field. Here comes the Rochester attack, and they retreat temporarily. River Dogs very content to play keep away right now. Why wouldn't they be here in the 78th minute?
Yeah, not quite parking the bus, but
pretty close
Hey,
here.
you're getting there.
We're thinking about hitting the air brake. Bain now
they're still pushing.
does see an opportunity. Gets it in to Kissy, whose name we haven't really heard that much here in the second half. Kissy going one-on-one. Loses it. Ball goes out to Godoy, and here comes the Buffalo attack.
McGrath passing it up to...
Oh, boy, and Goskett goes down. No call. He is in pain.
He definitely got stepped on at some point there.
Yep. And Rochester keeps the pressure on, though. And the ball goes out, so now...
Guskett's still down on the field.
Several of the players from both teams take a breath. Official coming to go check on him. See if he's okay. So yeah, and McGrath, again, willing to take it from the defensive side to start these runs, but just no real sustained attack here from Buffalo in the second half. And that 10 to 12 minutes of pressure for Rochester resulting in the goal. Obviously the difference in this game.
Yeah, still got about, 12 minutes plus or minus, maybe a few, 2 or 3 minutes. We had quite a bit of stoppage here in the second half.
Yes.
Substitutions and injuries and various other issues. So maybe we'll get a few minutes, but there's plenty of time for something for the Blitzers to, plenty of time for the Blitzers to make something happen.
Ball goes to Buffalo now. Macbeth. I'll try the give and go there with Winkle. It didn't work out. But a nice play there by Donaldson to steal the ball and gain possession. Donaldson in the middle of the pitch, tried to look for that through ball. It didn't work. So now Rochester very content to just hang on to that ball, but they're going to say instead Winkle will get the throw into Goskett. And Goskett just kicked the defender right in the face.
Your River Dogs players showing their... they weren't happy about that call.
No, Davey definitely looked like he took a cleat right to the nose.
Never seen they called it right, though.
Macbeth into Winkle. And coming back the other way. Tried a little fast break there, but it didn't work out. So time continues to melt away here.
As is time.
Buffalo substitution number 18, Austin Diltz. For number 17, Bailey Winkle.
So Winkle goes off. Austin Diltz here in the 81st minute comes on. Try to get a little spark going on the offensive end, you would think.
Yeah, they definitely
Diltz
need to make
listed as a
something happen.
midfielder, but time is running out here, so you hope that he'll be able to push. Here comes Buffalo now in possession. Here is the aforementioned Dilts just coming into the game, going 1-on-4, trying to find a through ball to Goskett. He can't get there. Donaldson trying to pressure. Dilts, tackle from behind, no call. Goskett, though, excellent job depossessing, keeps it in bounds, and here we go. Dilts over to Goskett. Goskett has an opportunity here with the cross. Does not. Ball cleared out. Deep throw in now for Buffalo.
And Buffalo's definitely playing more deep than they had been with their midfielders or their forwards coming up.
Blitzers have to push here and get the equalizer.
Here on the 82nd minute.
Dilts. Long throw in into the box, and it's cleared out. Ball falls to Donaldson. McGrath rather. With the kick, was it deflected out? That is the question, and it was. So it's going to be an FC Buffalo corner kick. McGrath with the long attempt, and it was knocked out by a Rochester defender. So now here, way on the other side, here comes the Buffalo corner. Immediately towards the far post, no good on the header attempt, and now here comes Rochester, and they have a little bit of room if they want it. No call on the optimistic Dilts slide tackle, and now Kissy will stall. And there are two Rochester players offsides on that run. Stamilikatos and Kissy both off, so Buffalo will get it back here.
Looks like Dilts is getting the first yellow of the match. Coming off the bench, very aggressive play on the offense and defense.
So Dilts does get called.
But it may have been by design. Maybe not to get the yellow card, but to play a little bit more aggressive and make something happen on both ends of the pitch.
Here it goes now. Buffalo, though, will keep possession. It's Macbeth. And no, actually, Jeff's now going to take it, it looks like. Oh, Jeff's just passing it up to McGrath. Or Macbeth, rather. And Macbeth now has to do it. A lot of time being wasted right now here by FC Buffalo. A little bit of confusion, perhaps, by what they want to do. There goes the drive. It's going into the wind. Nice one-touch there by Donaldson. Dilts tries to turn the corner. He was clearly held there by Bakalovic, and they're not going to make any call. Rochester players clapping, and then Bakalovic running intentionally into Dilts, and things are getting very testy down there on the near sideline. So you can tell that those two exchanging words, still talking.
They're probably just saying hello. It's quite the aggressive play.
Actually, Bakalovic now was going off. Substitution for Rochester's Tim Crawford now enters the game, number 7, and number 30 sent off, perhaps tempers flaring there. And a good tactical move for Rochester as they continue to just bleed this clock, waiting for the officials to give them the discretion to go forward. Not being encouraged to throw it in there from the Situation Room. Ball up in the air. Macbeth to Goskett. Dilts falls down again. Boy, Dilts is sure a magnet for controversy, isn't he?
He really is. He's come on and he's been a part of, I think, maybe 3 or 4 fouls.
I would say at least 4 contentious moments. Ball is to FC Buffalo. Here comes Johnny Macbeth now. Maybe looking for a ball into the box. It is. Hangs up there forever, and then it's cleared out by Rochester for a throw-in. Buffalo on the far side. We're in the 86th minute now. 1-0. Rochester on top of Buffalo. First game of the season for both teams here, as the near neighbors clashing for the first time ever. This is Rochester's first ever game, and they have the 1-0 lead. Buffalo long throw-in, goes all the way into the box. It looks like McGrath was trying the touch, and it's going to end up being a corner. 1,107 supporters here tonight in attendance at All High. Excellent crowd given the weather. So this team continues to garner a lot of support from the community. Corner kick is out. Oh, and McGrath looked like you can tell for the blitzers, it looks like they're always trying to go for that far post on these set pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. Taking a look at the team, I don't know if the blitzers have the size for a move like that, but Coach Murphy knows better
goes
than
again
I.
long. Macbeth missed it, and then there's going to be a deep throw in here for Buffalo as the pressure staying in the Rochester end of the field.
We're crossing into the 88th minute.
Long throw in.
Excellent throw. Oh.
And the opportunity missed. Donaldson came flying in, and then they're going to call, I guess, was it Gosket? Whatever the call may be, it's going to be Rochester ball, and you can expect another 30 seconds of stalling here.
They will certainly be taking their time. While we have the time, I want to thank once again our sponsors for tonight's match.
Thank you to
Pallet Services Incorporated.
Yes.
WNYmedia.net.
Yep.
91.3 WBF. Sorry, BNY. I am having a tough time with that tonight. WBNY-FM and 716 Sports Podcast. You can find us on 716sportspodcast.com.
So the media sponsors satisfied.
And they're still taking their time.
That's right. Supporters.
How about that?
Well, I told you they would. Hogg, long kick. Buffalo, though, has it. Back to Jeffs. Jeff's got to get something going here.
The ball has been on the Rochester end of the offense for quite a bit of time. So, the Buffalo end of Rochester's defense for quite a bit of the last 5 or 6 minutes or so. Hopefully it stays that way for the next few.
Barrett looked like he was trying to find Gosket, but it trickles through to Hogg, and he will hold. 89th minute now. The officials encourage things to happen a little bit quicker on that run. And if you're Rochester right now, just keep the ball as far away from the goal area as possible for you. Doesn't really matter what happens now with the 1-0 lead. Macbeth, Gosket flips on. Try to find Macbeth, he couldn't.
Rochester definitely has 5 defenders back. Oh.
Yep. And a pretty blatant push in the back there.
And we have a yellow card for number 20. Number 20.
So we will try and identify player 20, not in the program currently for Rochester, but a booking for the River Dogs.
And that is
a free kick
part.
for FC Buffalo. As we rapidly approach the termination of this contest, Buffalo needs something, and they need something very soon.
And my team sheeter's right, it is Brandon Bianchi.
So Bianchi,
yellow card.
as far as we know, picks up the booking. Macbeth. Ball into the box. Cleared out. Donaldson cannot possess.
We have 3 minutes of extra time, stoppage time here, the end of this match.
So 3 minutes added on, and here comes Rochester. They just kick it down the field, and it goes out of bounds. Far sideline. So here comes the opportunity for Buffalo as we officially now enter stoppage time. 3 minutes, as Nick mentioned. And here it goes. And it's a golden opportunity, and it is missed. Tim Crawford was one-on-one and just missed. So 3 minutes of stoppage time, as we previously mentioned. Boy, Crawford's going to want to have that one back.
He certainly does, but it's a difficult situation.
Ball was in the air.
He was
had to take it off the bounce.
And he was being closed in on. There's not a whole lot you could do with that.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
Hogg kicks it up. Ball comes back down. Oh. And I believe that someone was kicked in the unpleasant area there. Andrew Ferguson trying to keep it in bounds, and that is absolutely, maybe rightfully so, getting a rise out of the Rochester bench. Several of the Rochester players have come over. I didn't see who went down for Rochester.
I don't know if the boot made it there, but I think the soccer ball made it to.
Something happened.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel good.
I've heard. I've never had it happen to myself, but I can imagine it's not an easy thing to deal with, especially as an athlete.
Obviously, an incidental play.
Oh, of course.
Pretty clear that Ferguson is just running backwards, trying to do whatever he can to keep the ball in bounds.
Yeah, and Ferguson's not necessarily a pretty.
I mean, it's really
he's not an aggressive
player. No,
player.
It's the first time we've really mentioned his name in a few minutes. Anyway, he's certainly not his intention.
And last season, Ferguson, we mentioned he had 13 appearances. He only. It's not necessarily in his.
No,
his
and I don't
demeanor.
think there's going to be a booking, but
You would hope not. There would be no reason for it. It seemed
officials
completely incidental.
now discussing it over here with the coaching staff for Rochester as they have sort of huddled around the fallen man. Everybody now has gone down to the Rochester goal box, so I think the end result here will be some sort of throw-in or free kick or something.
Well, while we're figuring out what's going on
this.
here with the play, let's go over the event at Shenanigans at 1009 Niagara Falls Boulevard once again, May 23rd. They're going to be having a special Q&A with former Arsenal Academy product and current Blitzers midfielder Sam Biles. Used to play for Arsenal Academy, which is awesome. Get a chance to ask some questions about him. And then we have trivia after with that from 9 to 11. The Q&A is from 6 to 7. All you can eat wings for $6 from 7 to 10. A lot of his drink specials.
So a great event on May 23rd to check out at Shenanigans, corner of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Sheridan Drive in Amherst. Meanwhile, the injured player is being dragged off the field as Donaldson is now going to take a long free kick opportunity. Gets it into the box. Deflection once again, though, just can't fall for the Blitzers in the right direction. Paredes tries to clear it, and then Rochester gains it back, and here comes the Rochester counterattack. They got two men back there, and this is probably going to be a stall tactic, as it will be a Rochester throw-in now, as things may have gotten away here from the Blitzers on opening night. We're waiting to see what happens. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and that certainly went over due to the injury. And again, another throw in here for Rochester as Buffalo cannot gain possession. So here in the 90th minute, stoppage time has been adjusted due to the injury. And Buffalo will get it back now. And this may be the final opportunity for something to happen for the Blitzers. As here we go. Johnny Macbeth from the familiar left back position will kick the ball rather deep in. Barrett got it. Goes back to Macbeth. Macbeth's got to push, keep the pressure on. Don't let that clock melt away. Here comes Barrett. Barrett on the cross. Ball gets back in. Oh, and it's going to go wide. And golden opportunity for Ian McGrath in the box. He had the space.
That certainly
the angle was right, and it just goes wide.
That was certainly the best opportunity the Blitzers have had, I think,
in a long time.
All evening.
And will that be the final opportunity here for Buffalo tonight? So we are long into stoppage time. Hogg for Rochester. Deep in. Paredes boots it back towards the Rochester end. And they're going to call the foul on Buffalo, so it will go back to Rochester. And the officials indicate that is the conclusion. So the final score here from All High Stadium, it's the Rochester River Dogs 1, the FC Buffalo Blitzers none. Congratulations to the River Dogs on their first victory in their first game. And if you're a Buffalo fan, a kind of a case of what could have been there. A couple really nice opportunities at the end of the game, but in the end, Rochester was able to connect on that sustained pressure that they had at the beginning of the second half.
As we mentioned at the end of the first half, they were just looking for the opportunity, looking for the one mistake to happen, and it happened. They were having issues coming out of those corners with the second clearance, and they definitely took advantage of it. So,
tough break here for Buffalo as they dropped the home opener 1-0, but many more opportunities on this long season. Their next game, they play next Saturday at AFC Cleveland. Definitely an opportunity for Blitzers fans to travel down the 90 to that, and then they'll be back here at All High on Friday, May 27th against the Erie Commodores in the local derby.
Yes, there we go.
Richard Darby. So that will do it for us here from downtown Buffalo tonight. We thank everybody involved with tonight's production.
Let's do that real quick. Special thanks to Pallet Service Incorporated, PSI, for sponsoring tonight's match. WNYmedia.net, WBNY 91.3 FM, 716 Sports Podcast. Also a big thanks to the guys behind the scenes this evening, Joe DiBiase, Jay Oliveri, and Mark Odian. Well done, gentlemen. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Also want to thank our 716 Sports Podcast sponsors, Lockhouse Distillery, Quiz Night in Buffalo. Keep in mind, fcbuffalo.org. You can find out more information about their event at Shenanigans on Monday, May 23rd. For their special event with Sam Biles, their question answer session with their new product from Arsenal Academy. So that'll be fun.
I'll wrap it up here from All High Stadium. Thank you for listening. Alongside Nick John, my name is Bill Kenny. Thanks for listening to FC Buffalo Soccer.